On the assessor side, we will continue to process Prop 8s. That's probably, which are basically reductions of values. We have currently about 300 to do. That will still affect the January 1, 2008 lien date. We expect there will probably be 300 to 500 that we will have to deal directly with in the next few months for January 1st of 2009. I don't have any good news coming out of the assessor's office monetary-wise or on the county clerk side. Our transfer tax is down, and so are our recordings. So with the economy the way it is, it's going to be a difficult year for revenue generation.
I asked a question earlier before you got here. Hopefully hear a little bit of good news to this item. I took you flying this summer, and you noticed what
A
appeared
lot of green things?
well, just a lot of illegal, possible building, improvement, et cetera, situations. Where are we on reassessment?
What we've done is we have a contract with a company called Parcel Quest. And what they have done in an effort to improve their product for both the public and the private sector is to give us information about the most current aerial photos, most current geographical information, topographical information that they can put together for us. So all of the appraisers now have sign-ons for that system, which should aid them in discovery at this point. The last flyover that we have that's available to us countywide was the 2005 flyover that was done by the USDA. Hopefully in the future we will have more current information that will be a minimal cost to the county. The program right now that we signed up for is free, no charge to the county. So hopefully we will continue to be able to use that program and not create a cost to the county. Another flyover would be extremely expensive at this point. And in these tough times may not be cost effective for a few years.
And just to round out her initial statement of what she saw, Sue trained herself from the time we left Ukiah Airport to the time we hit Lake Mendocino on how to aerial notify or identify marijuana all by yourself. That's how much is out.
It is a beautiful color of green. It is the prettiest shade of green you've ever seen.
I didn't even mention it to her and she pointed it out. So my intention was to show her the possible illegal buildings, ponds, et cetera, as a way to maybe generate some revenue, and she saw this other benefit.
Yeah. One side note is, and again, this is not good news, there will be a special election next year. Right now, we're just hoping it's not in March. But the legislature, as of last week and as of today, had not decided that. The Secretary of State was pretty sure that there would be no physical way to put on an election in March. Of course, the legislature doesn't agree with her at this point, so that could be something that's on her horizon.
We'll be a piece of cake after this.
Well, yes, we will function just fine. It's just paying for it that could be the issue.
Okay. And just in regard to elections, Sue, from being the past chairman of the Ukiah Valley Sanitation District, I wish to express my just great big thank you for the way you put on the election for that district. And they now have a fully elected board for the first time of 5 members in the history, 56 years, 57 years. And I know it was an added burden to your department, and I just want to express my thanks.
You're welcome. Ditto.
Is it possible to ask a question?
Sure.
We got the emails regarding voluntary time off, and so I put that out. I had 2 attorneys offer to do that for a period of time, but then it seems as though nobody's told us what's happened in the meetings.
We've given the bargaining units till 5 p.m. today to respond to a closed session meet and confer we had on Friday. So the board will receive that information tomorrow in closed session, then we'll respond back to all the departments.
Yeah, because I understood we were supposed to ask for that, so that's why I'm confused as to what I do with the people that did voluntary time
I
off.
think wait until we get concurrence from the bargaining
Yeah,
units.
we'll send something out once there's final.
They're expecting concurrence from the
Actually,
Living cats.
there have been a number of employee bargaining units who, I guess I would say, have been most receptive to recognizing the problem and are attempting to work with us cooperatively, and then we have one or two that are not so cooperative, but we'll fill everybody in tomorrow after we're done with the discussions.
Next.
Well, with the exception of running with Wes and the juveniles at 5:30 a.m., our office has been involved with most everything. In addition, we've handled a lot of personnel matters for you as well. We've had some successful litigation. The Dunn case we've won, the Measure B litigation, Richard Johnson's case is finally over. The Big Rivers partnership case, we were very successful in that one, and we've won a number of dependency appeals. It has been the year of the dogs, and not to mention the dog leash ordinance, and also, Melanie, your ordinance allowing the dog in the library so the small children can read to the dogs. Go figure.
As long as it's not a pit bull.
As long as it's not a pit bull. It's supposed to be a student lab, I guess.
Or from the third district.
So anyway, and we added a new attorney this year, and Ross Walker is with us, and he had his first appearance, I think, in front of the DOE this morning, and did quite well. He was happy to be here.
Even though you and him disagree.
We disagree, and that's the point. That's good. I think that's
First meeting and they couldn't agree.
we were just taking different positions.
So
Especially me.
I'm supposed to believe him.
only me.
That's next year, John.
Finally, I won't go into the number of insults that have been hurled at me in board meetings this year, but there have been quite a few. And
Today was the best.
today was the best one, but
Quite the cabal.
quite the cabal.
Isn't that in Afghanistan?
Being compared to Hitler was my favorite. The fact that I have a Jewish last name seemed to have escaped the individual, but the sheriff's department assured me I didn't look anything like Hitler, so. That's it for me.
So in the clerk of the board's office, our most visible project this year was probably the launching of the expanded website information, and that was through the board's subcommittee that helped us launch that, and working with the Executive Office and General Services Agency. We conducted a handful of successful off-site board meetings again this year, and those were very well received by the community. I think we were the highlight of the Walla community in general, and took our Joan Road in October. Much better turnout than any of us anticipated. As Sue commented on, our increase in the number of assessment appeal applications, we've received over 400 applications for this appeal period, compared to less than 100 as our standard norm each other calendar year. Under the program review categories, we've worked on a couple of project teams with planning and building and others, county council on nuisance abatement, administrative hearings, and Williams and Act updates, and probably have adopted more ordinances this year than we have in the last couple of years combined. A lot of activity there. We had a successful COB in-service with county departments in January. We launched our Custis web module to county departments to enable them to look at historical board records. Our staff attended a number of Custis WebEx training seminars via the internet in our conference room, and did invite other